friends. I'm Lindsay Morgan, nonprofit resource specialist at the Community Resource EnVision Center. But my friends call me Birdie, and you can too. Welcome to A Little Birdie Told Me, formerly known as the EnVision Center News Podcast. Around here, we share the good stuff happening in North Idaho nonprofits and philanthropy, the stories behind the work, the people making it happen, and the little things I'm hearing that are making a big difference in our community. So stay tuned for a bird's eye view of the true heart of our community. Today on the podcast, I have two of our friends from Sandpoint High School. We have Jeralyn Mire and Alex Gray from Sandpoint High School here with us today. Welcome to the podcast, you guys.
Thank you so much. We're excited to be here.
You bet. Let's start out by just doing a brief introduction, if you don't mind. Alex, you can start if you'd like. What's your role at Sandpoint High School, and maybe a little bit of your background?
Thank you. My name is Alex Gray. I am starting my 25th year at Sandpoint High School. I am a teacher and also the Career and Technical Education Director at the school district, and I teach the IT pathway, which includes an A+ course, Security Plus, Network Plus, and
Intro to Technology.
And an Intro to Tech class as
There
well.
you go. That's great. And you said 25 years?
25 years.
That's a career, right?
That is a career.
You're cruising.
Yeah,
You must like it.
I enjoy it, and this happens to be a big year of change. Not only are we adding a career and technical education center to the south side of the school, but this is the first time I've actually had to move a room in 25 years, so it's a pretty big change for me.
Oh, good. I can't wait to unpack all of that. But first, would you mind introducing yourself, ma'am?
Sure. I'm Jeralyn Mire, and I'm the post-secondary transition counselor at Sandpoint High School. And as I tell the kids, really fancy title, no extra pay. So basically, help students with their life after high school plan. And nobody's really sure how long I've been at the high school. I feel like I'm just a fixture. Kind of been around for a really long time.
So that means a long time, yeah.
Before that, I was in an elementary school counselor, and before that, I was assistant dean of admissions at Gonzaga. So it's really a wonderful job, and I have lots of fun helping students figure out their path after high school. So it's terrific.
That's wonderful work, too, I imagine. Really important, because it can be kind of a scary time, I imagine.
It's a really scary time.
It's been a while for me. So.
It's a scary time, and I think kids feel like they're choosing a path for the rest of their life. It's like it's just a step. It's just one step on your ladder.
Yeah.
You know, all of our trajectories are very, different, and so you just got to take one step. Start somewhere.
And build some confidence in some area.
Yep.
Okay, that's really good advice. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the kids that you're working with. Actually, it's summertime right now. Do you have summer school going? Is there summer school? Okay.
We have summer school for students that have maybe didn't quite pass their classes. So
okay.
We do have a few classes in session for students who are to help them. We just don't want students to be credit deficient. We want to keep them on track for their high school diploma. So, but it's typically more of those academic, math, English, those classes. There's not a lot of fun electives offered in the summer.
Nope.
Hopefully you're doing that otherwise,
right?
Right?
Yeah. They pass those.
Yes, very good.
They have to take the summer school classes so they can participate in all these awesome opportunities in the fall.
Okay.
The next school year.
Okay, so it is kind of a connection piece, it seems like. Okay, good.
Well, we just want to make sure they, instead of having to take another year of English and repeat the English, they can have room in their schedule to take a, journalism class or a health exploration class or something that they're interested in.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit more fun, right? I mean, I loved English. That was fun for me, but...
Right.
Okay, cool. So what are you seeing in the kids that you're working with these days, I guess? Is there a common barrier you're seeing?
I think there is just a lot of information out there. I think some students are very fearful of the financial piece of it, and it can be very expensive. And so students have to really make wise choices as they figure out their next step. But there's also a lot of great support in the state of Idaho, and there's a lot of great support at our school, what we offer for students. And so I think it's just helping students be in a position to take advantage of those opportunities. We had 8 students this year graduate high school along with their commercial driver's license, and the state paid for that.
Oh, that's
so
great.
There's lots of opportunities. Students graduate Mr. Gray's program with their A+ certification or Net Plus, and the state has paid for their certification test. And so there's a lot out there. It's just helping students take advantage of it and encouraging them.
Is that part of your role then at the school, is to help them find those kinds of supports?
It is, but it's I think all of our role, and I think we have such a strong CTE department, technical education program. Our teachers are just fabulous and really encourage our students.
I think most of it comes down to just awareness of what is offered. I think in high school there's a lot of distractions, and I know of students that have been there multiple years, and they all of a sudden they find out that we have a nursing program, or they find out we have a welding program, which is kind of like, well, how did we miss that? But there are it's more of an awareness of all the opportunities that are available for students.
Okay. Do you mind talking about that a little more, the different opportunities that your school's offering? I guess you mentioned some good ones there. But
So along with, and Jeralyn did work with the state to add the commercial driver's license, the CDL opportunity for our students, and that was awesome. Several of my students that I have in my program have participated in that, and I got to see the enthusiasm that they had, for earning that and having the opportunity. I think one of the young men is driving a water truck this summer for one of the fire crews. And so to do that and to take that like kind of a next step out of high school and really develop that confidence. And so that's one thing that Jeralyn worked on. I've had students for the past 15 years or more graduate with their A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, and these are like entry-level IT certifications that many of the employers that are in the industry recognize those that the student has been, or the young adult has been engaged and has been, part of that environment and, dedicated to it, and actually went through the steps to earn those industry recognized certifications. You can earn, your CNA, your certified nursing assistant at Sandpoint High School.
SolidWorks.
It can earn SolidWorks certifications, American Welding Society welding certificates. There's just so many opportunities. Yep.
Computer, all sorts of computer applications, Microsoft, Excel, so many things.
There are just a multitude of things, and it's just hard to even, I think, for most students to grasp that there are all those opportunities, and you can't do them all, which is one thing.
That's a bummer.
And so,
not enough time in the day.
There's not enough time in the day to do them all. But there's so many opportunities that are available within career and technical education, and even the other facets that Jeralyn has brought to Sandpoint High School. I think the students are really lucky to have a post-secondary transition counselor like Jeralyn Mire.
That's
I
very nice.
agree.
Thank you, Alex.
That was very
They're
nice.
lucky to have you. No, and the cool thing is our state is ahead of the game, in that our state offers advanced opportunity funding for every student in public education in our high school has $4,125 available for them for these certifications, for workforce training, for college credits, for AP tests. I mean, so there's really, and as long as the student progresses and passes, they have that ability to continue that money. Now, if they don't pass or they withdraw or fail, then they're kind of out until they sort of make amends. But we had 4 students, we had 4 young ladies, they're signed up, they're going to start their EMT in the fall through the Workforce Training Center. So there's just a lot of opportunities for students here at the high school, and I think there's just so much. And the other cool thing, they have workforce so that students can go out in the community and work. There's the, job opportunities, just all sorts of things. So.
Okay. So are you seeing a lot of students still seeking that college degree, or is it more towards technical certificates? What are you seeing?
I feel right now it's about mixed. It's about
Okay.
half and half. There's quite a few students. But I think the cool thing is I think students are realizing too that even if they're interested in going on a 4-year trajectory or, planning to get their bachelor's, they're like, oh, if I get my CNA certification, I can make this much more an hour. And whatever school at college I go to, I can go work at, maybe assisted living and make, $3 more an hour, which would really help with my finances. So I think students are realizing that it's not necessarily that you're choosing this for life, but it's helping you get a step.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I think with our CNA program, there's been over the past 25 years that I've observed the program, there's been students that have graduated and stayed as a certified nursing assistant locally in our, our assisted living homes here in Sandpoint, Ponderay, Kootenai. And then there's also other ones that have become doctors and anesthesiologists
Yep.
and nurses. Our own superintendent, her 2 daughters both went through and earned their CNA, and they are both RNs, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's giving
And
them a
so
really
it's not
good start.
it's not an end all path. And so if you earn like a entry level IT position, it doesn't mean you're stuck at a help desk position. It's just a confidence builder to take you to that next level. It's your
Yeah, the students at the library that got hired on, they started as interns with Alex, and then they're hired at the library. We had a student went to University of Idaho to study, computer and cybersecurity, and he got a job at their help desk because he had his certifications, made a lot more money, has stayed working for 4 years in their help desk, but then also is completing his degree in computer science. So there's lots of
Wow.
opportunities.
That sounds like it's really setting kids up for a good, solid first step out of school
Yeah.
and into a bigger plan. That's great. Sounds exciting, actually. And speaking of exciting, you mentioned previously, Alex, about the new center, the new CTE, right?
Yep,
Is that what
Career
it
and
is?
Technical Education Center.
Perfect.
Correct.
Will you tell me about this?
So the building is on the south side of Sandpoint High School. I'm not quite sure exactly how many square feet, but there are 4
big.
classrooms, and there are 2 larger labs. The the grant was the Idaho Career Ready Students Grant is what funded a good portion of the project. The 2 bigger labs are going to house our future automotive maintenance and service program, which is coming in the fall of 27, and so a year from now we'll be opening that. The other lab is going to be our new home and a more adequate home for our residential carpentry program. We revived that a few years ago. It was on about a 10-year, a decade hiatus, and we've reactivated that. We've found the right teacher, and they are moving out of their current location and into a brand new residential construction lab.
Wow.
Which is very exciting, not only for the students, but I think also the instructor and just the community in general. There are 4 classrooms, and 2 of the classrooms are very purposeful built, and one of them is for our certified nursing assistant program, where they have 4 beds and sinks in between the beds, and a much more accurate simulation of that hospital environment. Their current facility is about the size of their lab, and the instructors over the years have done amazing jobs with the space that they do have, but it is not really a classroom. It was more of like a glorified longer closet, and the students would be sitting on the beds, and sitting in wheelchairs, and it wasn't like a real classroom. The instruction space just really wasn't set up for like a traditional classroom, and so this is more of a just space. And one of the other classrooms is the IT classroom, and that is where I will be spending most of my time.
Great.
And that has a purposeful built space to maintain our current fixing of all of the district's Chromebooks. My students who are involved in my program also have the opportunity to be part of a IT internship, unpaid IT internship during the school day, and they fix all of the Chromebooks from all of the elementary schools, the other high schools, the middle school, and I have a room that's purposeful for storage of the supplies and for the fixing of those machines still. We have 2 classrooms in the middle, and they are going to be used multi-purpose, and one of them is for our JROTC program, Junior Reserve Officer Training.
Oh, wow.
That has been swooped underneath CTE's umbrella in the past year. I wrote the application to the state to make JROTC a part of CTE in Idaho, and that all went through, and we are now offering JROTC underneath the CTE umbrella. And what does that mean? That
Alphabet
means,
soup.
it keeps on going more. But what it means if it's a CTE program is there are some advantages to professional development for the instructor, opportunities for the students for student leadership, and even funding down the road for said program, funding for the materials and the consumables that it takes to run these programs that cost extra money to run.
Okay. This is great.
And like sports medicine.
Yeah.
There's sports
Oh.
medicine.
We've added sports medicine as part-time over the past year. This last year was its first year. And now we'll have space for that instead of a government classroom, which is she'll have a place to put her stuff. And so right now she's having to be very mobile in her operation, and this will allow her to, I think, to have a little bit more roots.
Yeah, it helps students who are interested in maybe physical therapy or interested in like athletic training. They
Yeah.
actually help tape up our athletes, under her guidance. And the other cool thing is once the residential carpentry classroom moves out, then we're bringing back our culinary program, which
wow.
is really exciting because that has also, once the teacher retired, we were not able to continue that. But our district, Alex and Dr. Mire, really figured out a way to get funding and have a fantastic teacher. And it's coming back to life in the spring of next year. So really excited about that.
They've already started construction on that, and so one of the other facets is when residential carpentry moves out, that is where our new culinary program is going to be housed, and they've already started construction in that. I went and saw it this morning, and it's exciting to see all the changes happening.
I bet. So I have so many questions all at once in my head.
Go for it.
I
I'm
hate
ready.
it when that happens. But so what was it that kind of triggered this idea of wanting to, was it space? Was it just that the school was getting cramped, or was it that maybe and adding, just being able to offer more programming?
Again, I think it's the multitude of things.
Okay.
It's Idaho labor statistics that go into it, like on the technical type of end. It's student interest surveys, parents. It's
Our community.
Our community.
Our community has been talking about that. Our dentists have saying we'd like somebody to have dental assisting. It's just as our superintendent and our school board have been listening to the community. So many of them are their own business owners. They know how hard it is to get employees, and so they're really trying to make sure that we are offering a lot of opportunities for our students. And then I think our superintendent saw, an opportunity to write a grant, so it wouldn't cost us local Sandpoint people more money.
Okay. That's
So I
always
think
nice.
that was wonderful, and I think she and Alex had to write that, 3 times?
I give 100% of the credit to Dr. Mire and her
tenacity.
tenacity,
There it is.
bulldogness,
Yeah.
going after it, and
Making sure North Idaho got some funds from the state from Boise.
making sure
good.
that we got not only our CTE Center, but we got the right one, and we got it in the right spot. And there was a lot of stakeholder input. I felt very involved in the whole decision process, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, no doubt. That's really exciting. And it's really cool to see, even, from the EnVision Resource Center perspective. It's nice to see when the community speaks, and our businesses and our labor force is speaking about the connection to where the kids are coming from and with experience and keeping them local. And then it's actually coming to fruition. That's really great. So when is this center going to be finished?
The grand opening, I should have had this written down.
September
I
15th.
think it's September 15th.
okay.
The community is invited. I believe it's at 3:30.
I think 3:30.
I think it's at 3:30.
Okay.
Students will start classes as soon as we open.
Yeah.
Right after Labor Day, students will be in for their classes.
It's ready to go
Yep.
the next school year.
It'll be open
school
this September. Yep.
Okay.
It's going.
The only one that is not open is the automotive lab, and that was known going into the project that was going to take us an additional year to put all of our ducks in a row to implement that program the correct way.
Oh, okay. You might as well do it right
Yep.
if you're going to do it.
And
So
it's an
I think
expensive
that's
program because
okay.
you have to have all those lifts and
Yeah, that's big
so many extra
equipment.
things. So there's a lot.
Very cool. And, when I hear automotive, I'm thinking, Lost in the 50s, and how cool would it be to have, youth working on these cars and knowing how to anyway. That's beautiful. So, what is it that you're most excited about? If you could the whole thing is exciting. But if either of you, if there's something specific you could put a finger on that you're just most excited about, what would it be? Well, maybe it's you for your classroom, because you're going to be.
That is very an exciting component of it. But I think the most exciting thing for me is, one, I think expanding the space and having purposeful built space. Previously, where residential carpentry is, it has a relatively low garage door, and so projects that are built inside, they have to be designed so they're at a certain size so they can be moved out of the facility. The new classroom lab area has a much higher garage door and has a much more intentful built space. Our culinary program was previously in a interior classroom with old, like a home ec, like when,
Four
probably from
burner
back in the
stove.
80s, 90s.
90s for me. Yep.
And so to have that and to have a purposeful built space and to see, I'm excited. I'm excited for the students to have that space, that experience, those draws to stay in high school. That's one of the
true.
reasons that I stayed in high school too, is my automotive teacher, and I didn't do anything to do with automotive after I graduated. But it was that confidence that I think I developed when I was in high school, participating in those programs and getting kind of a jump start on my I would call them workplace readiness skills.
Yeah. How about you, Jeralyn?
I think I'm just excited because I think, part of my role is post-secondary. It's never just been about a 2 or a 4-year college degree. It's always been about your plan after high school, right? Is that military? Is that going into the work? Is that doing a 2 or a 4? What is your plan? And I think this really elevates a student who's interested in, maybe school is not their thing. Maybe they're not into academics and they don't want to do 4 more years for a traditional college class. They're interested in going out, working, maybe working with their hands. They want to get to work. And I think this elevates it and helps those students have a step up to realize it's an equal path. It doesn't matter what your path is as long as you plan something. You can always change. You can, like Alex said, he didn't do automotive. It doesn't matter. You can go out for a year and then go, okay, now I'm ready to go to school. Sometimes we all mature at different ages. It's okay. But at least you're making a living wage. And right now in our community, a living wage is really important, and minimum at whatever it is, $8.25 or $7.20, I don't even know what minimum is, isn't a living wage
No.
in our area. And so when you have these kinds of skills, and what's so cool about CTE is that they really, they talk about resumes and they bring professionals in. They all have, coalitions. What do you call your networking group? What are those?
Technical advisory
Yeah,
committees.
thank you. Okay, whatever.
Tax.
Yeah, they're technical.
TACS.
So they're talking. It's relevant. It's important. It's what's happening right now. And so I think that's exciting for our students, and for our students who are, still planning to go to a 4-year college. Gosh. I have a young lady who's going to school, but she's done our accounting class. And so I connected her with the student accounts at University of Idaho. And they're like, yes, we want somebody with some experience. And she's had our computer classes and our accounting and our business and marketing program through Career Technical. And they're hiring her. So they're sending me a resume. And, so I just think it really helps students. You can do a lot of things. And so I'm excited because I think it elevates it, that it is as important as our honors and advanced placement classes and our English 101. And so I think it's a great plan. Just we want you to have a plan and get moving on it.
Yeah, it's a very tangible plan at that point, right?
And it just gives you such a good experience. You kind of know what you're getting into. You're not just taking a high school English class and all of a sudden, nothing against high school English, but just a classroom English class, and then going into the medical field. I think the high school is a really good transition type of a period where you can dabble and explore a few different paths and figure out what does work best for you. And if a kid takes my class and decides they hate computers, they don't like IT, I consider that just as big of a success
Absolutely.
as the student that goes all the way through and earns those certifications.
Yeah. So much better to take your class, just, I want to be a computer programmer. I want to do cybersecurity because I'm going to make a lot of money. Well, and then you realize you take this class and you hate it. How great that you learned that in high school when it's free, than going to college and after 4 years going, I have a degree in a thing I hate.
Or even a semester.
Right.
No, you're so right, because just finding out what isn't for you is just as important as finding out what is for you.
And that's what's so cool at our high school is there's so many things that you can try and decide I like it or I don't like it. Or, it's going to be a great thing, but this will be something I'll, fall back on, or I'll use part-time, or, just lots of opportunities.
Yeah, I love that. So is this just seniors that are participating? Is it juniors and seniors? Is it
9 through 12.
9 through 12.
Okay, great.
9
so they
through
can
12.
really start right in high school.
We want them to start right in
Yeah.
9th or 10th grade, because all of the programs have what they call pathways, so that, you maybe take welding 1, then you take welding 2, and then you take welding 3. And that's kind of your capstone course where you then sit for those national certifications. Now, Alex, that's really Alex's expertise, but I'm making it up. Am I making it up?
She's
Alex?
doing a great job.
I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, there you go. You hear that?
Okay, good. I'll keep making it up. But,
Doing a
so we
great job.
want students to get started early. If they don't, they can. Our staff at Sandpoint High School is just incredible about making accommodations for students that maybe they move in from an area that they didn't offer it. And
I can think of several
Absolutely.
examples of where we had Josh, a student
Right.
that came in from California, and he knew that he did not want to go on to anything post-secondary. He knew he liked computers, and he knew he needed to get a job.
Sure.
And so he crammed in I think he crammed in 3 classes in his 2 years, and he is currently employed in the field that he got started in my classroom. And so that just feels really good to get those students.
Right. So I think it's something that, so it's not too late if you don't start in as 9th grade, but, we certainly want you to be involved.
Yeah.
There's digital, that we have, we have our
Digital literacy?
digital literacy, where we're helping students with that. We're helping students with all sorts of computers. We're helping with journalism. We have media technology. There's just forestry. Our students can do forestry. There's just so many programs
Wow.
that our students
this
can
is
get
blowing
involved
my
in.
mind.
I don't think people realize how
yeah.
many opportunities there are.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. So I'm glad you're here to talk about it.
And I think what a lot of people don't realize is that Sandpoint High School is open to all, so there's opportunities for students who are, maybe homeschooling or doing a different path. They can come in for part. They don't have to sign up for the whole everything to have a Sandpoint High School diploma if that's not the path they're on, but they certainly are welcome to come in and take advantage of our classes.
That's so great.
I think
Homeschoolers.
yes, absolutely. We welcome homeschoolers.
That's really great.
And so students have that opportunity. Now, of course, there has to be space because space always goes priority to our full-time students, but
Okay.
there's room. I mean, and that's one of the other cool things with this new space is that, all the classes are going to be spread out, and we're not going to be restricted to, you can only have this class one time because that's the only time this room is open. And, so
Okay.
it's going to be, I think, great. There's going to be a lot of things.
That's really great. So with this addition, does that mean that the high school can accommodate more students?
Not necessarily. We've
Okay.
gotten rid of a couple portables to accommodate
Okay.
for what we currently have, and there's just been a lot of shuffling of space that's around, and so some of our temporary solutions are going away.
Oh, okay.
And more with permanent solutions.
Okay.
Right now, our average enrollment, we're at about 1,100.
Mm-hmm.
I think the peak was maybe 1,400, 1,350.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go up some, but I think at least all the state data, however you want to say it, is kind of saying that it's a little bit flat, that we're not expecting large increases, just there aren't enough high school age children just born when you
Okay.
look back for the birth years and all that it's sort of at a flat kind of, we should stay at that. So it's not that we were trying to build for a bigger high school or anything like that. We were just trying to make sure that students, so we can accommodate, yes, some more, but I don't think we're expecting to have 300 more high school students suddenly.
Okay.
And I don't think all the statistics sort of out there in the state are kind of, they call it sort of flat enrollment. You just sort of stay the same. I
Okay, like a
guess.
plateau.
Yeah, kind of a flat, like we're
Like it's not a growing number.
right. We didn't have as
necessarily.
many kids right now that were born, 16 years and 17, 18 years ago.
Yes,
So
okay.
whatever.
Okay.
That's way above my pay grade.
I
but-
like that explanation,
but
actually.
it's- I don't know.
Okay.
Exactly right.
So yeah,
Very
it's good.
good. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you wanted to make sure to mention while you were here today?
I just hope we want people to be involved. So if you feel like there's something that's calling to you, if you hear this and you're like, hey, be really happy to help in this area, or, this is my expertise. I know a residential carpentry teacher has welcomed some people to come in and, help students do that final, I don't even know what you call those equipment things that, make corners, or when you joiner round,
Yes,
what do you call it?
A router.
Oh, there it is. Router.
I don't know. But, this is my expertise, or, we're
Yeah.
welcome. Or if they're interested in, having students, something that they're interested in, we try and post that for our students. We post if there's job opportunities, different kinds of opportunities. We want people to know that, we're available, just to reach out to us, let us know. And I think especially just to let homeschool students know that they are welcome, and we want to make it work for them as a part-time program however we can. So
That's wonderful. Very good. Well, I really appreciate.
anything else
Yeah.
helps?
Did you have anything else? Didn't mean to skip over you there.
No, I just hope that the word gets out that we have all of these awesome opportunities during this transition time, the adding new space. I appreciate all the community support. A lot of these things, even though automotive isn't opening until the fall of 27, there's been a lot of work that's gone into putting these programs together. And it's not just me, it's not just the superintendent, it's also a lot of the local automotive places here in town that have toured and given input on the facility, input on the equipment, tools, and I just really appreciate that. And
Didn't Kiwanis already agree? Kiwanis has already
Kiwanis,
set
Rotary,
aside money. Rotary, yeah, they've already set to help us buy some of the
There's been Pierce Auto. There's been
lifts, or what do you?
yep,
Lifts. Yeah.
automotive
You're doing
lifts.
so good.
Oh,
all that
man.
technical stuff. That's where Jeralyn's expertise is.
No, it's not.
No, but I'm just excited to have these opportunities be
Yeah.
available for students here in our community. I am, I think, a product of it, even though I went to a 4-year school for a teaching degree after I graduated. I think it's one of the things that kept me in high school and gave me, I think, the confidence to pursue my degree.
Oh,
That's
absolutely. I know
amazing.
firsthand for my own son. Definitely, he had Mr. Gray. He was hands-on all the way, and he would have loved an automotive program, and he did our welding program, and he did his job, he did his work, and he worked on a ranch, and so it's
Wow.
it was really beneficial for him, and just the skills. I think the other neat thing is that students, it's more grown up, and it's you practice. Our CTE program really, Alex alluded to a little bit, that it's that workplace readiness, that we want our students to think about, how they're speaking. If they send an email, are they showing up on time? Are they, if they're sick, are they making sure they're giving their, boss notice? All those kinds of things to go into making a strong employee. If there's conflict, how do you resolve conflict? All those kinds of things, those are addressed in our CTE classes as well.
That's like a holistic approach to education, if you ask me, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And our district is still, our students are, in order to graduate from Sandpoint High School, you're required to have at least one CTE credit, where the state does not require that as from their diploma.
Interesting.
No, they just do general electives, but Sandpoint High School still requires at least one, because we believe in that.
Yeah.
We want our students to
yeah.
have that.
And most have several by
Yes.
the time that they graduate.
Yeah, and most of
Because
our
it's just
students,
so
all
much
of our
fun,
students
probably.
do. So it's easy to get, but I think it's important that our district not just says it, we believe it. We say that, we mean it.
Yeah, you follow that up pretty good. How long has this been in the works, this whole dream? Long time, I imagine.
It's always evolving.
Okay.
I think ever since I got here, there's been all sorts of changes due to facility, employees.
But I think when Dr. Mire came, she really helped. Really, let's get serious about this. I think our community, it was just sort of the right time. Our board members, I think, Panhandle Alliance for Education. I think there was just so many things that just sort of came together to say we really want this to happen.
Yeah. And we're not done either. This is something that I think, every year everything is kind of looked at, analyzed, and to see where some of those needs are. And when we have an opportunity to make some changes, we do it. And right now it just happens to be a whole bunch of changes all at the same time, which is super exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
And what students want, and what students are interested in, and what our community, is interested in. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that that's where you're getting the information from, is straight from the community and students.
Students, parents.
Yeah, that's great. You guys are doing great work. So
Thank
you
you.
just keep it up.
We love it.
Does that
Come
sound okay?
visit us. Come if you want a tour. Get hold of us.
Yes.
We'll give you a tour.
Yes.
Alex is better than I am, but I can fake it.
Hey, you're doing great. Very
Put
good.
a hard hat on her. She looks official.
Sure, yeah,
Right.
sure. Give her a clipboard.
That's right, give me
Everybody
a
listens
clipboard.
to
I'll be good.
clipboard, yeah. Well,
We
go ahead.
appreciate your time, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
sure.
We
I'm
really
glad to
do.
have you guys
Lindsay.
here
We really
today.
appreciate it.
And I wish you all the best in this great, exciting venture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, friends, thanks for listening. I'll be back soon with more of the good news. But in the meantime, you can keep up with us on Facebook, Instagram, and at crecIdaho.com. Until next time.